Good evening. Welcome back for those coming back and all those on replays. Hey, we hope you stay. Tonight, we're on our way to have some more fun on Final Fantasy. That's right. We got Final Fantasy XIV tonight. What is it? Just some random stuff, roulettes, and book. Nothing more? Nothing more. Roll into basic sits. Give me a moment here. I'll get the words out of my mouth sooner or later. Right, just simple runs. So let's get into it. Okay, so when we look at our currency, oops, wrong page. We're at 290, we need 450. But we have today and we have Monday, as far as I know, to get to it. Don't we need that many to go? No. And while we're at it, when we look at our book, this week's book states we have 90 plus 2 shots at Alliance Quest. Let's start with an Alliance raid. And just for fun, let's switch up the class. Let's tank it out. Tank out an Alliance? Why not? It says tanks required, so we'll tank it. If it said needs DPS, we'd DPS it. They need a tank, so it'll most likely be a low-level one. That's okay. There are only a few of them that actually have a case of multiple splats where everyone has to share the DPS point to it. Right? You know, you have to tank 3 individual things, and even then, most of them just like group tank them anyway. It's sort of... Even the ones that split on the platform are still the single target, like Rabanast, the Evilist system, has that split. Yep, then it does a split for that, but it's still a single fight for all of them. There's that one where you're supposed to technically fight 3 separate points in first raid. Power. So if we bring up the raids, right? So in here we have these 3, and Labyrinth of the Ancients doesn't have any split, or has some splits. Sycaris has some splits. World of Darkness has some splits, but they're not like hard splits. Heaven Wards, Void Ark doesn't have a split. Weeping City of Monarch has technically a split, but it's not a split. Meaning the tank takes the damage, and they just have to basically stand on one of the 2 corners against Ozma. Dunscaith only has that ad that's a pain in the rear. And technically it has a few that you should be swapping with, but no one does that. Royal City of Rabanastre doesn't have a split. Lighthouse technically has a split with the construct that sends everyone to that thing, because there's a temporary this. Orus Monastery, not really a full proper split there. Thalia, your sign, Thalia don't have splits. And our current one, First Walk, Second, and Third, don't have splits either. No, they don't, do they? No, they don't actually have splits. But what I can see is Stormblood was before they added sort of the every 2-minute buff, if you would. These sort of things. Living Shadow is a 2-minute buff. It is, if you think about it. Oh, it is too, isn't it? Yeah. It's the 2-minute extra damage deal. That's on 60. Those are basically boost as they go. Right? That's on a 120 block. That's on 90-second block. So what I can see is maybe these 120 tank busters get changed. Yep. And these will get changed. I expect all of this right here to be changed. That to stay the same. You do? I do. I see everyone this staying the same because it's the same thing, but I can see each person's internal this would change. You do? I do. I see this becoming the grounds for what this is. Right? So on a right? Because if I jump over temporarily to Gunbreaker, it's pretty much the same thing, right? Reduce this, increase maximum by 20, reduces. See how it says increase by 20% restores the amount increased there. Warrior, pretty much the same thing. Damage, every time you suffer physical damage. This, healing over time. Okay, okay. Versus what Dark Knights is, which is just, damage, healing if it falls under 50% or upon this expiration. And if we go to Paladin, their equivalent gives them a heal too. But it's a barrier in their case to just outright stop it. So we will assume the next main tank will barrier and just be a damage reduction. I can see this damage reduction actually going up for Paladin and the new tank. Oops, I need a patch job. Say, okay. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, so I can see this basically becoming more, like, reduces damage by less. Because this is only 20%. Oh, right. I can see Rampart becoming more like damage reduces by 30%, and then the additional effect sort of hitters off. And it will do something else. So if you're a gladiator, paladin, / whatever the new job is, it'll do one thing, and then it will do another set of things if you're the Dark Knight warrior gunbreaker. This will probably drop down to 30%, but the heal effect will actually probably jump up. Because it looks like absorbing the damage by basically shields and heals is going to be the way forward for Dark Knight Warrior and Gunbreaker, versus mitigating the damage outright, blocking, parrying, that sort of thing, where it's just straight out damage resistance gone. Which is why I point to these and go, that reduces the damage taken, that reduces damage taken, that reduces damage taken. These three abilities are going to get reworked for Dark Knight. What about the Paladin's healing things like clemency and stuff like that? Like it or not, they're probably not going to like the fact that those are actually turn into shields, probably. Those won't be heals any further, they'll be like this. Barriers is my guess. I suspect those will be turned into barriers, where someone, it won't be heal 25 or like heal them for such and such a potency. It'll be apply a barrier for them. I see. Choose a word to say as someone goes by. There you go. So that, yes. No. I see that being the go, if you would. I also see that they might be pushing every caster either be sort of a direct, like what I call direct casting, like Black Mage, or support caster, like I think Summoner's going to wind up becoming. Support? Yeah. Because we have healing via Phoenix, we have the actual heal spell, and Resurrect in our list. Oh, Red Mages have Cure already in their list, and Res in their list as well. Whereas Pictomancers don't. So anything that would restore hit points would probably disappear from Black Mage, Pictomancer as a staple, and they'll get more damage to do, so they become more of a damager. Basically will help support more. Little side healing, a little bit of this, a little bit of that type thing. Well, let's whiz over to Gold Saucer, because the queuing seems to be slack. It's like, we need a tank. Cool. 9 minutes later, I still need a tank? Like, yes. Sure you shouldn't have been waiting for healer? Like, we need DPS now. Oy. I'd ask what happened, but I have a funny feeling. Like, everyone just, like, bailed on it because Gold Saucer, right? I'll bail on it because of Gold Saucer. Yahoo! Air Force One won't take too long. Alright? Yeah, it's alright. Why'd you choose Dark Knight over the others? Well, Warrior Paladin both were needing me to level up a lot in the class. Just start Dark Knight. It's okay once you've actually thought of the class, but you have to remember in 2.0, you have a few tricks that you got. Like when you leveled up, you got points to assign to stats, intellect, mind, body, that sort of stuff. Okay. And there was an item you could do to reset those stats. Or you just did what I did and dumped them all into vitality in the main stat, intellect, and used the cross-class skill to be able to flip it back to your, it would swap your intellect for your mind and mind for intellect. So if you did it and then put your priest like what wouldn't cancel? Probably, you know, but the point was it lets you basically bring your intellect backwards. This is nonsense. It was technically given by white man. Just to basically allow them to do damage with their casting. Their offensive spells used to be rated on intellect. So arrow, stone, both were on intellect, and they changed them to basically work on mind, and they got rid of those points. So you didn't have to keep doing that. So you didn't have to keep doing that nonsense. And that's when you can start actually pushing the other classes much better, much easier. Okay, fine. We'll go with what it says. So that's what gave me my healer, tank, and this. Like, okay. I didn't really push them till much later when it became much easier to start being between the classes. So, you know, it was mostly DPS with some healer nonsense. And then they made it easier to swap, so I added tank. I figured Dark Knight because that way I wasn't starting from number one, which was good. And I also wasn't going there. But after a while, I was like, okay, we have to review each class, their stories, their backgrounds. Which one do you sort of agree with me? And it's like, mechanically, they're not that different from each other. Different rotations, of course, but the Gunbreaker is the most mechanically different to the other two. And wasn't part of my choices originally. And on top of that, I find it a little trite, to be honest. It's a Gunblade. Final Fantasy VIII rears its head again. Oh, here we are. All right. We have Mango Dango. It's a Phono Fafono. I like them. Dum Dum Dad Dum Dum. I know it's a dumb name, but technically it works for that. And Cubio is a returner. There's some sprouts here too. All right, well, let's get them through this, I think. Cinnamon drops. There's it. Okay, how many Lalafels do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 in my squad. That's right, you can't go anywhere till you kill the ninjas. I wonder why they dropped theirs shortly after mine. Since we're on similar timers. Fortunate. What are they after? Tommy Salami. Tommy. Pick up the white marker first. Unfortunately, his thing will go off now. I come from out of days. Can't take that off the consumer, so. No, here we go. So I'm not looking at him. I got him accidentally. Good, you do know how to do that. Cool. We're good. Just a little bit in case everyone got killed. By instant death, so it's not so bad. It's like, you're a terrible healer. Everyone died to instant death. Okay, understandable. Kind of questioning why Stefco didn't pop anyone up. Kind of. But he may have burned through their whip cast. It happens. This one's not so bad. No, the first boss has a lot of instant death attacks. You know, stack the ires, you get instant kills, stuff like that. Got an experienced tank. Watch out for where people. Okay, he's used his thing, so what I'll do instead is throw this out. Throw shield, use that heal. That easy. That's not so bad. That's terrible. They ran right into the rest of us over here when they had the marker. They needed to go somewhere else. It's not a big deal. Picking up a sack from someone else's stick? Nah, it's not a deal breaker. See? Not a deal breaker. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they've got EOS. Ah, they can sprint. Old man here, I'm just gonna jog. Wonder if they basically split it correct. Yeah, they did. Cool. Oops. Touch. You know that fight too well. Yep. Just keep stepping on the yellow thing, or the light, so they can keep getting back up. Everything's fine. I suspect a lot of people run onto the purple circle here and die miserably. They don't realize they have to go to Gastris, and we're technically the A team, so it means we're supposed to stay out of that. I hate you. Don't turn this puppy. His frontal attack is hurt. This one, haven't they? Yep. catch me up there, Tommy. Here's a good joke. Oh, what was that? Since I saw that. Prepare the message, because I know there's going to be CS once we get up here. Started that, I'd be very grumpy with them. CSN8, CSNB, PSNC. It's already check look. Ready, 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 ready. Oh god, take that away! Take that away! Oh crap. No. Where are you going? Where are you? Ouch. Where are you going? What do we do? Not surprised you took a beating. This will be enough to burn off. So misdoing this. I want my instant ruin back. There you go. And we'll give our mango a go for basically being a brand new person in here. Welcome to the runs, my friend. Back to having a party. Back to having a party. Have a goodie one. Something else there. Air Force One. Another Air Force. Oh, that's right. I bought 2 things new, so I'll have to patch those right after we have an Air Force One. It's the same run. Oh, it's a money day there. Nice. Good coat. I like it. There's my official response to that. I know, I'm drinking soda. Like, oh, gassy! And then some. Yeah. Dance. You could see the timing, right? Just to shoot at them all and they all jump at the right one. It's like, 6,000 coins is not bad. 4,000 to 6,000. And we got Close the Gates completed for not 8,000, but 12,000. Yeah. Alright. We're not going to do a main raid. Instead, we can do a Sindoria second walk. Out of Darkness. Alright. Let's have a look at the book says we need. We need second walk, this, and that. High-level dungeons at 90. Aldazal's Legacy. Belcroy to Troy. Smile Tons. This, the Dead Ends. Lunar Subterra. Aether Front. These two don't care because it says our gear's going to basically go, we don't care, so we'll sign on to those two. The rest of them will basically do this. Items will be adjusted to the level indicated. So, Elves for a bit. Stigma Dreamscape. Smileton. We'll do Smileton and Dreamscape. Smileton it is. So you need to patch your ear. Done. Thanks for viewing the cutscene. Michelangelo versus Michelangelo. That, of course, always prompts people when you speak of one of the great artists. It's like, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? It's like, God damn it. Why not just appreciate the guy painted nude people on top of the church? Like, yep. Let me eat. What in blazes is wrong with these doors? Non-Euclidean maze. We'll get him. Holy crap. Tank is harsh. He is not using any of his mitigation. Oh, we're gonna have some fun with stuff. He's not using any mitigation. He has not used any mitigation. Some somewhere. How'd you get this far without? Isn't that just a face of absolute terror there, this blue one? Away from the blue. Well, that works out for me. Definitely use everything in your toolbox. Oh, I'm wrong. Come on. Says I should take a blue. It's brutal fun. Person like that? Oh, absolutely. Means I have to do a lot more of my tricks. That I got that. Come on, I'm in combat. Filth, and I have no ability of quicks. I'm in that back. Where's your fairy? I had to sacrifice my fairy for that. That was going to happen sooner or later. Oopsie daisy. I'm not worried. Everyone else pops mitigation of some description between things. They'll use this, I use these abilities to help reduce it, so it makes it easier on the healer. He's not. It's just a challenge. Right? But that didn't trigger for me when I was trying to get into combat. I didn't have the ability to do this, and this is why this is a stupid idea. I basically blame the guys that you know, Square Enix for, because someone's like, oh, you shouldn't be able to do that while you're out of combat. Why not? Because you'd be able to this, right? I can handle people, handle warriors and fighters like him. Yep. Quit running. For replicant synthesis. Set up. Keep excitation up all the time. Ugh. Harsh, harsh. I know, like, be nice, he's a sprout. I'm worried if he's a sprout or not. It's not 3 to the turn. Whoever sort of doesn't learn how to do his things, and it's just going to be a pain. Don't be nice. Be nice and stay there. wages. That's okay. Like I said, he's got to learn. Right? As a player, they'll learn. Might feel like I'm being shouted at, personally. Okay. I wouldn't put it past them just to get really iffy with them and then just outright scream out. Stuff, so you don't have to do that. No, that's true. Most of the time I don't. Yeah, it's a nice relaxing run. And I'll agree with that. Not stressful? Nope. So remember, if you're tanking, you may not use your primary or secondary mitigation, but you do have alternate mitigation. Shields, bots, extra health, regain. Use those. Make your healer happy. Don't step on Don't step on this. Steps on. Proceeds to step on it. Thank you for being awesome. Would have been easier? Of course it would have been. But you need a good ass kicking, like back into the proper swing of things. It can only make you better in the end. You know, people are like, oh, it's so terrible. They're a horrible person. Don't do that. Don't ever complain if someone basically makes it more challenging. Right? If you can't keep up with the challenge, that means you, the player, has to get better. That is the best way to see it. Because if you try to play it the other way around, like, oh, they have to do better for this. No, they don't have to do better. You have to do better. Always. Right? Steel sharpens steel. Constantly fighting easy challenges just makes you soft. Want that edge, you have to run across cases like that. You know, do the run without mitigation at all. Really push for it. I was only going to teach you how to use all the rest of your abilities. Ooh. Could be 2-3, 1-3 here, or could be 7-9 there. Possibilities. Let's roll it. It was 7 there, and that was the money shot. It was a 1 there. It's a 3 there. Ooh. That's money, but 5-4 could be here. And this could be 1-2-3. Am I willing to basically lose 10,000, possible 10,000, or guaranteeing losing 3,600, which is 50% more for this? The answer is no. I'm going to risk it. And I risked, like, yeah, Dan's too close. It was 6-4. 5 was over here though, so this was definitely money. And you gave up on it. No. Like I said, you can't get over what you've done, right? You got to play it as it is. That's not money. No, it is not. And that's not money either. But it's more money than that was. More money than that was. Not the top ticket. That was the top ticket. That's great. You don't mind? Nah, it's all positive. It's all positive. You can't help but get it. Alright, so let's punch that down. Of course it's in the wrong spot. Shuffle them? Yeah, shuffle them. Because I need to go here, or here, and of course it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots it could have gone, 8 spots it could go, and only 3 spots it was needed. Re-roll it. What about this? That will not do for 2. But this. Nope, that's not a 2. What is with this and these crappy re-rolls? Right? Needed. It's got 3 this way, 2 this way, 1 this way, 2 this. It's like, no. That's in the wrong spot. That's in the wrong spot. So like, put this here, put that there. Yay! And then I got like this one, this one. If I could just move these stickers a little, please. No? Let's do Lighthouse Monastery. I need second walk. And Royal Castle. I think, yep. Carry on as a healer. Why not? What's the rule on this? No, it needs healers. Won't be a general healer. Well, like you're going Recitation, Adicolium, Lustrate, which is only a 600 potency. Oh, it's not. It's 600. This is still 300, but it jumps up to... Right? Shield's 180, so effectively it's like another 400. So this with this button becomes effectively the big heal. This becomes a big heal with this button, but that's on a 15-second redo, yes. Usually for raid or for most AoE heat damage, i.e. raid wide, this is more than enough time to get that done. There's only a few bosses that dump multiple raid wide attacks in short order. I can see a few more raids becoming more like the Wilds raids. Like the most recent Wilds raid. Where the boss's attacks aren't, like, telegraphed and loaded. I see a lot of Evercold will basically, personally, be a cross between Windward Wilds and standard raids. So the bosses will have more attacks that aren't telegraphed by having some cast bar appear. That's a nice dress. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then you just wind up with a case of gotta keep an eye on this. We've already seen a few of those already. You have to watch what the boss is doing and see what the attack is. Like, take Enengard, right? From our walk. I think, yeah, from this one here, right? Cosmic cast. He's got the ball cast or the cylinder cast for that. And a direction which way he's throwing the half blast. I was like, oh yeah, right? Think about that. Right. Exactly right. Right? So he still has the cast bar, but he's got more active to it. Let's throw everything into basically Windward Wild style. Which, nice hat. It was a nice hat. Oh, I replaced it with a bunny hat. Nope, there he goes. Little Joker hat. This is what makes Lalafels a pain. If you couldn't just auto-target them with a tab or a click, if you had to manually click on people, it'd be such a pain to do. It'd be like, no. Got a warrior. That's okay. Oddswald power.
Chateau d'Origny? Is this meant to be Sandoria?
So a sprint right off the bat.
More echoes!
Seal sweetener, huh? You also use it a bit. Meal. Not a good meal. It's a low-level meal, but hey. I'm not going to crap on him for adding an extra 3% crit.
Ron 4 is supposed to be a quiet place, which sees its fair share of new adventurers. We must fight our way through!
Shell it off.
A burning circle.
Go
Here.
back to monitoring other things.
It would appear the land has been altered. This is Orlais Peak. We must be ready for anything.
You, who have risen above your mortal status. I am Kirin. This surging power I bring to bear!
This is no power I've seen before, but I won't be daunted. A comrade is in trouble! Someone heal them!
Oh, Guardians Divine, lend me now your might! Oh, Genwu, entomb in rock and earth!
I hate
The divine beasts! Have care! A comrade is down! Someone revive them!
Will you overcome my trial?
Alright. Steps 1 and 2 aren't bad.
I must thank you, mortals.
It seems we've impressed Kirin. Let us keep up the good work.
Wait for it to load. Now we can go for the loot. That. This. DPS means you can do further stupid things. This you have to stand up. You need to get That's Enter Jeff and
It's Ultima and Omega!
Paul.
And they're attacking those airships!
Nice.
Ultima and Omega are on a rampage. Who unleashed them? At this rate, everything will be laid to waste.
The airships are taking heavy damage! We must do something! I'm glad you're safe. Come, let's keep moving.
Excellent!
I do not see an easy way back, but I'm sure you can handle things without me.
You on focus, I can keep an eye on what you're doing. Fell off. I can tell these things. You can tell these things. I can tell these things.
An impressive show. Hurry now. Do not keep me waiting.
I didn't realize you could sprint across there with that one movement button. Oh yeah. Just give everyone super sprint this bit. Favorite thing to do? It is.
You shall find me at the summit.
I really want to do that. This is a warrior's favorite ability. Dump it on them sometimes. I think I cast it on myself though. What's it do? Just it increases their hit points
Come
and
then.
heal self.
Show me what your kind can do.
Oh, if that was not written for a, you know.
Oh, sublime Estoc! Drink deep of the elements!
Water. Crap. This way.
Once more, shall we?
That's water for the record.
Kneel!
Spread out a little bit more.
Behold the glory of the Zalat!
So, this. Oh, how did you get murdered?
You are naught but insects to be crushed!
You,
Accept your fate! Kneel before Zalatian wisdom and die! This is the power of crystals, transcendent, sublime.
that before we run out. All have shields.
By their might, I pave the path to paradise. I am the will of the crystal. That you should still stand. Very well, then. Careful now! The face of war is ever changing.
Not what I was told.
Tremble! Disappear!
Yep, there goes someone over the edge. Not much I can do about that.
Kneel! Sublime Estoc! Drink deep of the elements!
Ice, water, earth, ice. That.
Right, I am the will of the crystal. How could I be defeated by mere mortals? Farewell, my little brother.
I don't know where they're going.
Return to the crystal from which you were born. As for the rest of you, I invite you to the Gate of the Gods.
It's like, we're all going this way. Hooray! Where are you going? It's like...
You have the privilege of walking within the heart of Tulia. Do not disappoint me.
See if we have any CSs. Maybe. Everyone's like, please wait a moment for this. There's a lot over there. So that would explain things. One of their healers is. You don't mind healing this stuff? I don't mind healing this stuff, but I can't do anything if you step in the wrong spot and you get kaplattered. Yes. I missed needing to cast that outside of combat. I would have used it to recharge for this the minute I could. It's like, oh, I've got it up. Perfect. I'm not in combat. Perfect. Brr. You could always start combat with that, and you can also start combat with your top abilities. It can only be used in combat. Why? Got the sack with dissipation. Of course not, because your fairy's gone.
This world shall belong to the Zealot. Can you escape this, I wonder? Be gone! Let's try this. My javelin pierces all. Allow me to show you a trick I've learned.
Can I keep him alive for another 34 seconds? 4 stacks on
Have you the strength to find the answers you seek?
as well. Powerful one.
This is not Varna deal. I'm well aware of that.
This cap's time lasts long enough to take off those 30-second hits.
I also understand the true nature of my existence. So come, let us finish this! I will eliminate you
Got a moment.
and make this world ours!
Go.
The time for games is over. Behold my true power! I shall forge a more fitting stage for our battle. All pales before our brilliance.
Of course, attack on me. There you go. Brand heal. Can you do that? I can do all sorts of different things in the fight.
Perhaps some magic in the mix. You fought well, but it's time to say goodbye. My javelin pierces all! Even in this false flesh, I will not lose to you!
Yes, you will. Oh, brother, we're all it's all down. Alright, our Reaper. Good work. Absolutely. We have him We have his card. I should see how many of these I need to roll. Not the best healer? Hardly. I don't promise to be so. Competent is about all I can promise you. Competence? Competence. Ugh. That was like, you know, not save you from falling. Get multiple stacks, I can do my best to try to hold you back, but... You know... Get any of those? Nope. Which is okay. Like 3 of them. Not in a rush. Woo! We need to get a couple patchworks here, though. Yep, that's fine. Definitely catching catching strays there. Yep. You don't track your heals or this? No. That just turns the game toxic. Right? It's I played left and right. At the end of the match, it will tell you your stats for how many headshots you did, how much damage you did, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. Right? It's the live feed. And when someone uses those as a way to justify what they're doing, because when they try to justify what they're doing, they usually become quite mean, especially if their numbers aren't all that good. It's like, oh, my damage is low, but say the healer's healing is low, that would turn around and not, oh, I should be a better player, you know, turn out to damage more, but, oh, the healer's healing should have been higher, right? We as humans have a bad habit of trying to find something to blame as answer to all our woes. Right? It's the first thing we always seem to do is look for something else to blame. Oh no, my skill's not good. They cheated. Right? I'm an excellent player, but they were cheating. Prime example, right? Everyone who's been decent enough in games knows that. It's like, I'm doing great. Someone screams out, you're cheating! Why? Because they're having an off day. There's the other case of, oh, you're just not doing it. Everyone's read those lovely mangas where it's like, that person's being kicked out because they weren't doing enough. And we all know how those ones turn out. It's pretty close to the truth. But in the end, like I said, you can't improve someone else. You can only improve yourself. So, anytime something goes rough, your first instinct should be, well, hey, how could I prevent that from happening again? Or how can I prevent that? Or how can I change to make sure that works better? You know, it's like, what if you can't become better? I ask, are you perfect? Someone will say, yes, I am. In which case, see the previous notes. Move you. Right? You know, it's like, oh no, this is terrible. Only get better. Only get better. Use a lot more bouncing around with clicking and healing, don't you? Yes. I don't use try not to use macros because macros become an edge to rely on. If ever they decide to, you know, these are my macros here. That's what this little gear wheel indicates. It's a macro. So, you know, it's like, oh, target this, that, the other. I do recognize that some of these buttons are going to be reduced in number. They will? They will. In what aspect? Like, for instance, you could probably put these two on a single macro. Right? Which basically says, try to cast this, then cast that. Okay. And if it's done right, this will cast if you're not moving. That won't cast because you're currently casting this. Right? The gate won't run type thing. The macro will overrun and go, hey, I can't do that. It might just spit out sort of a, for basically every time you push the button. Or if you're moving, it's only going to cast this because it can't cast that. Ooh, actually, I want that one. That's right. Tournament? Hey, tournament! 50% more coins. Yes. I also wonder if they'll ever bring back Celine's alternate functions. Now, what they could do, and this is, you know, working with what they've done with our fairies so far, basically reducing us down to a singular pet, is they could give us Celine's abilities as part of these. Really? Yeah. I mean, like, this is going away, obviously. This will probably become a little more common to cast. Okay. They could give us our silence and our other buff back. So, you think that's going away? I don't think it's going away. I think it's going to alter itself. Right? The casting time's going to change. Like, oh, it's going to become like a 120. No, it's not going to become like a 120 or a 90. Like that. What it'll do is imminent impact will stay, or impact imminent will stay. Yep, chain stratagem will probably disappear. Timer on Seraph will change. And like I said, we may get back our silence and our damage buff general, which is what we had before. We had Bay Illumination and Whispering Dawn, and then we had Whispering something light. So you can see these becoming more things. Yeah. And I'd like to see this go back to being, can only be executed in combat back to normal. For Skull, for a summoner. I'd like us to get our third dot back. Because we had 3 dots at 60 seconds. Now we had 2 dots at 60, then we got 3 dots at 60, which is great. Then we got 2 dots at 30 seconds. Now we're back at 60 seconds, we're still at 2 dots. Oh, that's... Damage of our other abilities went up, but it's still technically a nerf. I'd like to see it come back up, just because it would be good. Likewise, I'd like to see Sage and Scholar get an extra dot too, so they got 4 dots instead of 3 dots. Right? It becomes Ether Flow 4. Ooh. Okay. Ah, just myself. Oh well, so be it. It's still money, and we get to play against Nell. Okay, this is the recommended. Ah, the terrible 3s. 7 in one direction, and that and this. A pretty good 4 with a pair of 9s, 2s with a pair of 7s. I can not disagree with this. But it's this one. Oh my God. 8, 7 left and right, I think is better than just a single 7 on a 3. 4, 4, 2, 3, 2. I'll go with that. Think they random? Couldn't tell you. I don't even know if they've got the same draft to pull from. Alrighty. The draw. Oh no, it isn't. Cornered. No. Get the worst card. I gotta play this card. It only had a 1 at the top. Like, as we're playing a 1, this is going to be a lose. Nope. Turned into a win. Like, pure luck. Absolutely luck. I fully agree. And Orphan 3 clubs. So there was 4 winners, 4 losers, and you've got 2 captures. So this will be interesting. Well, I know I'm going to play that bottom corner. I was going to play my power card, but then I noticed it was a 2 on the top, and I've got a 3 on the bottom, and I can play my 1 and take it. Yay! Jonas, the 3 spades will be who I play. They won, and they got 3 captures. So, if it's a draw, they win. If I lose, I lose. If they win, if I win, I win overall. So, Jonas, see what you got. Card back. And it's a draw and he wins. I had nothing to back pull on that. Could have tried something else maybe. Jonas wins because he's got a capture against the other person. That's it. That's all. Second place. Not such a bad place. No, it isn't. So we'll pay a bit. And the payment is ranking reward 1000 MGP plus 5 times 150, which is my wins. 7, so that gives me 1750 plus the 50% makes it 2625 plus 2 cards. Also, I completed another challenge. Mother Mignon. I know, I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but... Mune. Baron. A lot of the secondary characters, you don't really hear their names pronounced. It's up to you to sort of... But there's a few pronounceables. Alrighty. What stage are you at? Alright, perfect. Here we go. Get up here. Whee! Ticket. Gold, dog, this. Little dog. Empty. Dog. Gold, nothing. Dog, gold, nothing? The dog? Nope, that was gold. Nothing. This. So that you said was nothing. That you said was gold. And that you said was dog. It turned out that was gold. That was nothing. And that was dog. Completely wrong. So wrong. We'll finish the night as a scholar. We started as a scholar, we'll finish as a scholar. Really? It's the end of the night already. I know, it's gone real quick tonight. It's like, holy crap, we've been having fun. That's okay. So, tomorrow, Starfield. What are we planning? Well, I've got a cargo ship to sort of hammer out its elements. So I've got to upgrade it. Hooray. Yeah, hooray. Then I get to, right, once that's been upgraded, I won't worry too loudly about slamming its cargo wall. Then we'll have probably the cheapest upgrade I've got on my list. And then I've got to figure out, do some upgrades on Fury. I've got Frontier I want to update, Fury I want maybe running some side things to get some coins. And now, right, forgot what I called it, the freighter. And upgrade the freighter. Yeah. Still get the UC shuttle and the other two. Yeah, I know. Star Eagle, the other one, and UC shuttle. They're all part of quests. Yep. You can really get 4 ships, 5 if you have kid stuff. 5 free ships, effectively. Yeah. Well, that's not bad. And you only need 10 to basically fill up your fleet. Which is a sad thing. It's like you can only have 10 ships. It's like, aw. But then again, when I think about it, freight hauling, yeah, fighting, passengers, those are sort of the 3 sort of ship limits. take passengers from here to here, take this to here. Planetary exploration is not a ship thing, it's a planetary explore. You know, it's go drive around on the surface or whatever. Yeah. Yes, it is. And that's sort of its own. It is. Well, let's see. What do you think would have been better in the base game? Well, technically, you've got the Ecliptic, have pirates, you have Belruin, you have Spacers as your sort of guaranteed bad guys. And then, of course, you get the really special bad guys in the form of the Starboard. Right. Who, in personal taste, should have had 3 factions. Right? Yeah. You know, the ones who agree with the Emissary, the ones who agree with the Hunter, and the ones who disagree with both of them. Those should have been your sort of 3 factions of you. Right. Okay. Okay. Instead of just picking one of the 2 sides and going straight to the final battle, it's dumb. They should have been more involved with it. But yeah, could have been. You know, like, so you can either work for the pirates or not, work for Ecliptic or not, would have been a thing. Leave the Spacers as the permanent bad dudes, and you could work with Varun or not. Then Varun also decides the Zealots. So you got the Zealotous Varun and the non-Zealotous Varun in Shadowed Space, so you leave the Zealots and Spacers as your sort of 2 major villainy groups, and then add in the Starborn actions for the other side. Maybe you can ally yourself with one and basically convince the other one to put off. You only have one group of bad guys, bad Starborn as well, so it gives you 3 guaranteed sets of villains. Like, yeah, that would work. Right? And a point where once you sort of deal with the Starborn thing, the bad Starborn stop coming after you. Yeah. Both ways. It's sort of like closing the gates for this, right? You know, it's like Spacers are considered like the bandits. Like bandits or goblins or such and such a thing in Oblivion. So on and so forth. Just that way you've got that lovely thing inside. This is going nowhere. Yeah. It is. It's like, you're waiting for 8 minutes? Wow, okay. Now we'll wait for 8 minutes this way. Average wait time 10 minutes. I guess Rabanastor's not that common. Did he? Well, if I'm going to sit around and wait, I'm going to sit around and wait. 8 minutes... or 10 minutes for heat or tanks, 8 minutes for that. It's like, come on, let's get it all, you know, the same. I'm gonna wait around 7 minutes up here. Not really. I'm gonna go dump anything I've got back here. Hey, half castle? Half castle. Always start with the Fury, which got the Ares cockpit. Yep. probably do the freighter, as without putting the freight blocks on. Just gonna upgrade the main. Woohoo! Back up there with about another 80,000. Alrighty. So I have 2,900 ventures, which I haven't been talking to them tonight to pick up from. 600 odd dark matter, so picking either of those is kind of a waste-ish. Not terrible a waste, but still. You need to find an expense there, don't I? Do be here in a moment anyway. There's not a summoning bell there. New. Andrew, what are you doing down here? Oops, one person, that's okay. What we got? Nice. I will promise to come back and see you soon. Green Lupin Corsar. A high quality one for the... Wow, okay. What the fuck? It was obviously part of the thing. Yeah, about 35. Cool, lighthouse. Tank's taking his time. Gonna lose the short queue. No, but here it's not a short queue. Yeah, get rid of this. I don't know why I have them, but dump them. A party member is withdrawn. Find another one. Shouldn't be too long. Alright. While we're waiting, let's just make the adjustments. Price 9995. $300 for $350. Still lowest price there. Cool. Each worth this. Drop at 2,000. Turn that to my inventory. I don't think it's gonna sell. Lobster? A crafty item, so we're just gonna vend it. Do 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 do. Problem is, Fury and the Frontier are going to need parts from a few different locations. Yeah. So, what I will probably do is pick up the initials, then head over and get the others. I do think. Oh, the fun you will have. And it will be fun. Mm-hmm. Now, Frontier has to stay Nova Galactic. It does, it does. But I'm tempted to see what those double-decker pieces have inside them. Okay. Right? I want to see what one has inside it before I decide whether to use them or not. They're in the new piece. And I want to know if I can choose where the actual ladder point is or not inside them. Or if it's always in a set position. And so if I put two on the sides and then connect something so that it shouldn't possibly have a ladder to it, I want to see if it does put a ladder there. The answer is it does put a ladder there. Can I change where that ladder is? Like, alright. Interesting concept. It is in my mind. Then what happens when you connect a double-decker to a double-decker? Hey, do I get to, you know, what's the standard piece for that? I can't get rid of the 2x1 Frontier because that's the unique piece. Right, that's the unique element because I'm building Frontier up, making it a bigger ship. Yeah. Problem is the Cabot only has... Have on, are we? Nope. Cabot only has a connection of 2. Crew, 2 for crew. Means I either need a battle stations on board, which is a 2x2 unit. Probably a computer core as well. That's 6, 8, 10. Yep. And then put a couple of double-doubles in. So... it's going to be fun. It will? It will. Let's clear that. I'm going to have to use the washing. Too much soda. I know. It's terrible. It is terrible. It's like, you drank too much soda, so you're going to have to quick do a run. I know, it's right near the end, too. It sucks. Anyway, I'll leave you with some quick music, and I'll be back after not these messages. Oh, coming back pretty quick. Isn't that just wonderful? Well, you never gone for long. Never gone for long. Let's get it back into the game. Of course you do that weird. That window every time. Alright, fine. Can't play there, we'll play here. That's why it's like everyone's waiting over here, not over there. Yeah, so, like I said, we'll experiment with those double-decker sets. See what they're all about. Yeah. The idea is we use some shielded cargo on it. Yep, Mewtwo Katagani, just there for Mahjong, and Iris Hema. Everyone at party chat, good evening. There for Mahjong gives a salute. Meow Tao Katagani is not going to say anything. Okay. I'm going to throw this. Hope I get that. Another north? Another north is beautiful. Well, so much for that east. That's nice. That gives me either a pair on this or that. I'll throw the white dragon. Okay, 6, 7, this. Add 5, 7, throwing the 8. Can work for me because I could wind up with 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Might get those over here.
Tread cautiously now.
Go to the north. I kind of hope they needed that. 9? Damn it. Who knows what they need, though? That's true. Alright. Two's taking the red dragons. That's west, and it's 9, which means that there's only one more 8 in the mix. That's it for 8s. Two already down, so you'd have to have a pair to win. I doubt. I also doubt. You threw one. You've thrown one. Don't think you need it. I think you may have a 2, 3, 4, though. Sevens and 8s.
Small mercies, I suppose.
I get away with it. I just don't score anything for it, but that's all right. Just there for Mahjong, keeps the east, or now gets east from Yote. We have pair, 7, 8, wind, 9. Go to the south. Would you go 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9? Probably not. past that. I know I wouldn't want to throw my own wind, but I might have to. You've got a befuddling mix of all the goodies, don't you? I do. Disappointment. Decisions. 2, 3, 4? I don't think so. All right. Throw the 9.
Tread cautiously now.
Definitely throw the 9. And I'll say I'm going to throw these 1s as well. Well, I will. 1s in the south. Nice. Another pair.
Small mercies, I suppose.
Didn't get slapped for it, and I'm happy for that. Hooray! It's not the heaviest of hits, but everyone's score right back. Score reset. Everyone's back to 2,500 points. It's the third. At worst, that's my pair. Do we need to score? Look at our scores. All the way around and came back to nothing. Playing out a Tanyo hand, I'd probably want to actually dimp these. They're not my wind.
Tread cautiously now.
Safe throw here. I won't be Pikatsu'd. 7. Doesn't mean they don't need a 6, though. Nope, we get away with it. Hooray. I can throw the 2, because I still keep 3, 4, and I've got both ways either side here. Two 9s have been thrown. It's not unlikely for someone to do that. We'll throw what we know is safe. I have a funny feeling something's wrong somewhere. And I'd rather someone else step on the mine than myself. You broke your pair to basically play safe. I did. Sometimes you have to do that, though. Two green dragons down. Would they take the Ricci at that point? I don't think they would. They do it on a 1. I don't think you could throw a 3 and have that. You could be on a pair. I knew someone had a pair of those. No, they've thrown 3, so they're not there. It's not there. It's only here that makes the choice. Mm-hmm. Like, and these 2 are safe to throw, as far as I know. What you biffed it for?
Unfortunate, but such is life.
Ah, I was sitting on them too. Nothing you can do. Nothing we can do. Everyone gets docked.
We shall make up for the ground we lost, yes?
Mm-hmm. Everyone's donked the same. Alright, that's my wind. I got 3 pairs right off the bat. I like that. I'll do that one. For the 7. I also want to throw that, probably. Yep. Just to make it completely unavailable. Nice. 6 is picked up. Bing, 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 all around. Okay. They're obviously swinging for that. Pity. Pity. I would have had it nice as a pair. Kind of hope I grab whatever this is over here or that. This. You do? I do. He's thrown 8. Unlikely to be needed. There. Cool. That's crap. Like, oh no! And at this point, I want to hit this row 4. Did you through that? Yeah, a little bit. Kind of felt that
Mercies, I suppose.
Oh, and he gets slapped back on the other way. Only enough, but it puts them effectively in second place. So it's first, second, third, last. No. Want to move up at least 1. I have to get at least that much. Mm-hmm. Grab hand. Go to the west just in case it goes around. Mm-hmm. Nope. West didn't want that. Alright, fair enough. Play for a Tanyo hand? Yeah. Right. So 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Pairs. I like it. Free pair. Hate the fact that Iris has that. Hate that they have that. Have to. 4s and 3s. And I hope it's from Iris. It's Tanyo, it's 1,000 points, but it's over here. Doesn't change my hand, throwing the 8. Nope. I'm safe throwing the 7. Don't know about the 4. I doubt 2 already down. We're safe-ish. That's just for up there. Their decision. I'm gonna hit him. I can smell that a mile away. They've got the 3s over here. Damn it. Assume 1 3 in play, and I'm going to assume 1 4 in play, because I'm going to assume they're sitting on a pair of 4s over here. So it's most likely the 3 that I'll win it on. There's like 1 in play.
Tread cautiously now.
They've thrown 2. Fortunately, they've thrown 9. I don't have to worry about last tile.
Small mercies, I suppose.
Ha ha! Crap stackers. Still 3rd, but still funny. I know it's Arichi, so yeah,
We
no
shall need
choice
to
but
hone our wits if we are to triumph.
Yeah, no call on that one. Nah, no call on that one whatsoever. No Dan point lost, but a drop in overall ELO. Mm-hmm. That's terrible. Oh well, like I said, it's like, aha, doubles. And they both need the exact same tile. Yep. You can see the 3, 4, 5, that's why there was a 2 there. But see if they'd done that, they would have had to throw their other tile and hope it came up with a 5, which is already down a lot. So, completed in 30 minutes. Hooray! Go see about cashing these scrolls in. Why not? Let's go to Mamuk. I know, it's only 653 to Mamuk, but it's like 1,000 to Yaktel. Kieran. And drive the car in the next area, or pick a different mount. Now, that's going to be an interesting thing. Yes. I know we'll be driving the car when we get the north opened up. That will be opening in order. That way we can offer rides to people in the party. Yay! As you do. Everyone in! Quick, go! Ah, but the speed at which things are going, I think it's just going to be just go. Dot? Looking for the dot. There's a dot here. Chloe West Knight and Iris. So Chloe swaps out for... Wait, wasn't talking anyway, so that's not a big waste. Ew. Party chat is now available. Good evening, my fellow players. A salute from Chloe, a salute for just there. What's your first play out like? First playout says throw the 1s and the 9. Yeah, throw the 1s and the 9s. Start with that 9 first, and this 1. Couple 3s both ways. Nice. Well, that's my pair, because now I have 4, 5, 6. I can get 2 and 5 and make this into double runs, and that's a pair as well. Throw Red Dragon and the 4. That's 2, 3, 4. I need a 2 or 5 to complete, and 4 to go. Then it's out on 3s or 8s. Hard to pin. Play what you got. Change it. There was the question. Alright. I'll play. Throw that one. But that just leaves you with 3, 4, 5. Yes. This will go 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4. Oh. Triple mix chi. Triple mix chi. Bubbles up on the 4s. Sad. Could have dumped the 8s. Hard to say. Could have dumped the 1, could have dumped this and gone, just focused on being 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4 something, but I don't have the something. Now I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Go with that as my thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can throw this, and now it's 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Reach.
Wow, this looks promising.
Like, why? Because I threw it over here. It's gonna bitch at me because it's 2 3s for this. You threw the 3 and the 4. Yes, but 4, 5, 6 is a part of the winning hand. Ah, I know. So I can only win if I get a 7 or a 4. 2 7s are down, and 2 4s are down. I've got a 4, so there's 1 4, 2 7s. I wasn't paying attention back over this end. Should have kept the 4. Should have kept the 4. Could have thrown the 3 early,
Unfortunate.
maybe.
But such is life.
Didn't matter anyway. Cost me an extra 1,000 though.
We shall make up for the ground we lost, yes?
Ouchies. 3rd place already, or last place already. Oopie. Ooh. Drop the 9. Yep. I have 6 7 8 2 2 2 7. This ends south. Could get a 3 and make that a pair. Up the dragon. Up the dragon. Problem when you drop tiles, wind up a dumpling yourself. Drop the 7. It's far enough away from anything I can do. The 5 would have been a good choice as well in my mind.
Tread cautiously now.
Drop to 2. Good choice to hold on to that. Nope, I did not get clumped, so I got 2 pair. This, yep. I think dragon. Could be bamboo. Could be anything. 4 2 8. And then 1 bamboo. All I know is that's safe. I agree. 4 does look more dangerous. I know 2 isn't. So I could throw 2 2s. If I get the 4 here, I could hold off reaching and drop a 2 and then drop a 2.
Nothing worthwhile was ever achieved without risk.
Play the 8. So that's a pawn. I'm looking for a 2, which I'm not going to get. Or 5, which there are 4 of. Because that's my pair, that's a pawn. Unless a 1 drops, in which case that becomes a pawn, and that's a pair. And that's a 2 3 4. So 1 or 5. There's no 1s, but there's 2 1s out there. So 6 tile weight. 6 tile weight. It's gotta hurt. And all I can hope. Oh.
Precisely what we needed. You put forth your best effort. Well done.
Love the discards. Throw 3 consecutive 3 easts and pair of dragons. It's just like, love the discards. 3 in a row. I know. Throw these. So I have this, and a complete set of wind, but no dragons. Right. I am doing that. Let's see, 2 norths have dropped, 2 easts have dropped, souths have dropped. That just leaves west out in the field. That's 3 souths, so south definitely got to go up the hand. Two norths, no wests. One red. I should have thrown this, because then I could have had the alignment. That would have been happier. Like, you really don't care. No. Someone's either got it as a pawn, or they don't. There it is, thank you. Four, 5, 6, pair. That was 2 7s have gone down and 1 8. So I don't think if someone drops a 7, I'm more likely to chi it and then throw the north. This. I think they've got the west wind. Nope, they do not. So, pawn the 9s, pawn the 1s. Serious? Very serious? Throw the 8, because I doubt I'm going to see a 7. Okay, so we'll go... Seven tiles left. I don't think they're hitting it. What was that decision? That decision was primarily for getting this.
Small misses, I suppose.
There he goes. Thank you. It was primarily keeping this live, if you would. Really? Go for Tanya. Does look like a good hand for it. And then I get a 1 over here. It's like, well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 then. Deal. Use West as a pair. 3, 4, 5. I can use the 4s as a pair, at worst. Jeez, throws the north, gets 2 more norths. if I had another south, I could have gone west, west, south, 9, 9. And I would have been like, yeah, look at that for symmetry. Throw that. Mm-hmm. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs right now. A choice of Dora or Akidora. Considering they've thrown the 3. That. 8's a little bit out of position, so is this 8. Two 7s down, no 4s, but hey, work with what you got.
Tread cautiously now.
I'll play it.
Sometimes there is simply no knowing.
Damn it. Now I'm going to get Dora. Right? Dora or Dora. Hippie cats.
We shall make up for the ground we lost, yes?
No, we will not, because it's the end of the match.
Disappointing defeat. But you'll grow stronger for it, won't
There's
you?
too many tiles that were possibly dangerous. I didn't think they would keep that with the other one thrown. But they did. Oh well. GG. Double point loss? It's okay. It's fine. I'm not saying that I'm going to go have a rage afterwards. I mean it. It's fine. Like, turn off the camera. Imagine having that kind of attitude that actually caused that to be a thing. What would be my response? It would. It would. It would just be like, what? What kind of... Maybe I'll go with... Oh, I was taking a look at the other mounts too, wasn't I? God. I should see what they have to say. Oh, there they are. Typhon. Okay, what do we have? Do. Change. Oh, goody. Nice. And I have that. Nice. Maybe if I finish talking with him, he'll complete all the rest of it. Happy to answer them. All right. So, tell me about yourself. We're all echoes. News was quite obscure. Same oddly exciting. If anything, an opportunity to be here in another world. You are able. What time afforded us here as echoes? Gladly spend it seeing all your world has to offer. Fafnir. Get the full list. Great dragon Drumble slumbers in the middle of the boya tree. Yeah, I know of it. Anyone in Zita. Great hero did battle with dragon. Their harrowing encounter included a strike at its heart. The fabled blade Riddle. Only they hadn't missed their mark. The blade remained nestled in the cheap beast's bosom even to this day. Though live all this years bespeaks our strength, I struggle to imagine. Is that how you kill a dragon, technically? I know I fought Nidhogg umpteen times. Tails made of deterred brave foolhardy from venturing into the tree. So this is all a tree, and this is inside the tree? Interesting. Slaveneer claim it spoils. Few have reached the dragons ever lived and tell of it. This way I know this. The Archangels. That way I've spoken to everything, and I'm guaranteed I know. Stories, 5 warriors clad in black. If the fates were kind, I would never have fortune to cross paths with them. Born forged from crystal. Dawn goddess Altana wept 5 tears, gave birth to 5 races. Hume, Evon, Taro, Mithra, Galka. Galka is like the, Mithra are the cats. Taro is a little group here, which would become the Lalafell. Elvon, to elves, or Elzin in R1, elves in first. Speaking of which, we didn't quite catch what they're called in the 9th, did we? No. Apathy, arrogance, cower, envy, and rage. Darkness lures this. No one knows why they're created. Prevailing to serve guardians from ancient paradise. I'd like to answer them. Shadow Lord. Great darkness of the Northlands. Hatred made manifest. Now the soul in Venom does not know of the Shadow Lord. Sole desire to bring the extinction of Altana's children. Rallied together beastmen. Crystal War. Yeah, he was sort of the big bad guy initially. That's why everyone's surprised that you're working with the everyone renewed. Beastmen assaults were merciless. More Bass talk. Sandria and Windhurst were brought to their knees. Archduke Kamalet convinced them to join fort just as the Grand Duchy of Juno gained the momentum needed to push back. As the Alliance of Altana, they eventually drive the Beastmen back from their lands and soon found themselves on Zarkar. Zarkabard? I guess that's like Zactel on this side of it. Make many sacrifices. Resort to Vanadil for a time, at least the Shadow Lord was somehow resurrected 20 years later. Slain before Beastmen can be emboldened to take arms a second time. Galka, if you believe. I believe. Paid one of his companions, mortally wounded, left to die. Also cut down in the alteration. No! He was beaten and became the Demon Lord. Rage and despair would remain, giving life to the Shadow. It's true, he returned once more. Perhaps the flames of hatred can truly never be extinguished. Happy to answer them. Kieran. Talking Manticore possessed a powerful elemental. Only Kieran comes to mind. Master of the Shinjin, residing in deepest mountains, the shrine Ru Avito. How? The creature's boundless power and wisdom both. Didn't show that. Only those who can best the 4 Shinjin and claim their seals are granted an audience. All I can say I've managed it just once with a band of adventurers many moons ago. Beat the crap out of them. I just experienced. Sinjin requires offered rare gemstones and stones to be summoned. Only once sought them. Mad dash from dawn to dusk, running ourselves ragged to meet these lesser divine beasts. Basically, it took a long grind to get the materials to actually cast the summons to fight them all. Came prepared. Defeat would have meant repeating the process of gathering gems and stones for the Shinjin. Don't think we had the resolve to face it a second time. Not a long reprieve. Spoils from battle exceedingly rare. Krenza Sode, for example. 99 million gil on the bazaar. Yeah, no crap. Highly rare weapon with an extremely ridiculous grind before it. Usually would explain why it would have a stupid bill on there. Ultima and Omega. Strange pair of this. Sounds like you've seen the legendary of Ultima and Omega. Yeah. Rumor the Arthwin side, I take that's the Alamegans, sought to revive them in some way. Hard to say what you saw the original or built by the ancients or recreations. That it involved with the Armen society, if you believe it. No one knows what they're after. Reliable source that keeps their realizing the dreams of the Zillart, whatever that means. Perhaps there's truth you'll discover for yourself. Amulet. Self-named Duke. It's the reason Juno grew from a small fishing village into a bustling city with this. Rallied the nations against this. Thwarted the likeness. Yes, one of the Zillart. Reach this, Camelot itself led the counterattack. Like 50 against this. Hero of the people, some believe he's not what he appears to be. Tied to the Zillart, an ancient race whose people flourished some 10,000 years ago. Yeah, I believe he'd be tied closer to that. Begs the question. Do you tend to use it to some unknown agenda? Extinct people to gain from it. Only gods only know. I would have to say he's probably a manifestation of the Ossians. Being away from us, I never imagined that's how he'd reveal himself. And an arch. His little brother. Young man, speak for wisdom well beyond his years, but I'm surprised he's well versed in combat as well. Camelot's younger brother, despite his age, plays a significant role with this shrewdness, often surpassing that of senior officials. Except it's the other way around. He's the older brother. He and his older brother assumed leadership. Juno have little interest in bringing them to light. Perhaps feel repercussions drawing the Archduke's ire. Some adventurers claim Arna is actually the older brother, which true would call into question everything we know about him and his brother. It's true. Disappeared from Apollo about the same time news spread of his brother's death. And prevailing, involvement of a seasoned adventurer. And Toto. Shinto, former Ministry of Austria, Parliament of Patriarchs. Surroundings during the Crystal War, and it returned home a hero, guarded one of the greatest black mages to ever live. Yet, all her accolades, it's impossible to look past her arrogance and short temper. Superiors, subordinates, acquaintance with old many were subject to her threats and insults. Myself included. Even now, the memory of being made unwitting accomplice after a curse gone wrong still haunts me. Alone wasn't terrifying enough. Rumor created a veritable army of magic dolls in her likenesses. Wield magic as powerful as the wizard herself. No one knows what she's doing. Wouldn't surprise plotting to build her own empire. Yeah, probably. Demon of the Federation. Fortunately for us, we're her allies rather than enemies, for now at least. If you can't meet her, she cannot know you heard any of this. Certainly not from me, even if I'm only Echo, rather fond of living. Alexander. Light divinity, you know? Yeah. Manipulate light, creating perfect defense against any attack. That light can also be wielded as a terrible weapon. Smiteness for divine judgment. Had a helping hand in helping adventurers sought an audience with the Colossus, but I don't know what I found the ruins. Completely muffed that, didn't I? Find at Urgan, perhaps you can find the truth out for yourself. Samuel Sentinels, they're well connected, always looking for capable mercs. Oh, you're presiding something of a tyrant. And pay can be less than desirable times. Should you choose to join them, can't be responsible for what happens. Sounds terrible. One more. Promethea, and then Shinru. Then we go. Alright, then we go. Twilight God? I know the legends. Trait the 5. Promethea cursed each with a negative trait. What's more, he birthed the Beastman and hopes one day to destroy Altana's creations. Darkness to Altana's light. Altana's beginning to sound more like Heidelin, and our Promethea sounding far more like Zodiark. Even with these. An aspect of Zodiark. Piss off the Asians to find out he got himself blowed up. Once heard a different, how Promethea may have had a hand in man's creation. And went on how the chains that bind Prometheus bind us all. Something about a struggle to break free. Never figured out what they meant. A long journey, and Ursus ascertained the truth. Tried to explain, something tells me I'd failed to comprehend it. Yes, explore the unknown. Discover the truth for the world myself. Fates are kind. I'll cross France with adventure then someday. Fancy adventure with you too. The opportunity arise. Wow. I'll just put my hand through my belt. Finally, Shinru. That way I know I'm completely talked my way through this. Havre Mall, dot of land, actually Vandril's actual gateways lead to another Vandril. Native place that sought a number of us adventurers there in hopes of saving his home. Skies stained red, lands mired in shadow. He called it Abyssia, not unlike the 13th. Strange and horrible monsters unlike anything in our world. Dragon whose power rivaled the gods. Shinru managed to overcome the fiend, and with the aid of his primeval brew that granted us preternatural strength. Garaljo fused with Sindru with an Gulu Jaja. The horror such a king would inflict upon the world, had his plan succeeded, was to spell the end of everything as we know. Future that will never come to pass, I see. It's a relief to know memories of Vandril are finally safe. Pity, we must always be reminded of the world's evils, so there's so much good in it. But with adventurers like you to help defend that good, I know we'll all be right. I would have thought he would have gotten rid of that now. With nothing further to say, and no cards to play. Nope. Straight to the mist. We've made money today. Whee! And then some. Don't mind teleporting as long as you made coin. Exactly. When you don't make coin, it's a pain to do the teleporting thing. Because you're always losing coins. And that's just terrible. Yes, it is. It's so terrible when you just lose money because you're taking all the money for teleport. But that's what it's there for, to suck coin out of the world. I do my best to avoid it. Aha! Anyway, we've got to roll the outro now, don't we? That's right. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. If, in case you come along for Final Fantasy XIV, hey, guess what? We'll be back on Monday with more of it. Coming up on tomorrow, Friday and Saturday at 7:30 Mountain Standard, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern is our continuation into Starfield. That's right, we have at least 2, if not 3 ships to basically hammer out some extra design points to. Upgrades and coins. Upgrades and coins. So, Fury will be one of the major upgrades. I still have to figure out what I want everything to be internally to it. But the Frontier, I do want to get up there as well. Yes. And I want to play with one of these double-decker elements to see what they actually turn out like. Yay! So that's the plan? That is the plan. So we'll have to basically block one of those in and see what it does. So, see what that is? That's our plan. Block in, see what we get. Woo-hoo! So if you want to see what that's all about, hey, join me tomorrow. Like I said, same times we're back every time. So I'll go for Friday and Saturday, but let me thank you if you showed up tonight. Yes. If instead you catch this on the replay here on Twitch, thank you a lot. And if you watch this on the YouTube upload, hey, thank you. With that said and done, I gotta go and run. So I hope you have plenty of fun, and I will see you when you tune in next time.